let me just try to explain a little bit why I believe, looking back now, I got myself in this position. In 2001, I left the Treasury Department. I went to work for the Council on Foreign Relations temporarily, and then ultimately went to the IMF that year. That year, I had several sources of income. 3 employers reported income to me and to the IRS on a Form W-2 as an employee. I also received self-employment income that year, reported to me on several 1099 forms. I paid self-employment taxes on the income reported to me as self-employment income. I paid income taxes on my W-2 income, as I always had done so. And I believed mistakenly that I was supposed to file as an IMF employee, as I would normally file taxes as an employee, generally. Now, that was a mistake. And as I look back at all the documents that I provided the committee in response to your careful questions, it was very clear, both in the initial documents the IMF staff gave me to explain the way the IMF system worked, in the quarterly statements I received from the IMF, in the annual tax allowance forms I received, in all those documents. Looking back, it was very clear. But when I made that initial mistake, and I failed to correct it initially, I repeated it over the times I had income from the IMF, even in those years where a tax preparer prepared my returns. In 2006, when the IRS conducted its audit, I went back and hired an accountant to help me work through that problem, and I paid what the IRS auditor at that point said I owed. Now, if I had thought about it more carefully at the time and I'd asked more questions, I would have gone back and asked a bunch more questions about that, and I would have approached it differently. But as I said in my opening statement, these were careless mistakes. They were avoidable mistakes, but they were completely unintentional. And I take full responsibility for them. And again, I apologize for putting you in the position where you had spent so much time looking through these questions, particularly now.
Did you use software to prepare your 2001 and 2002 tax returns?
I did.
You did not?
I did.
Oh, you did, okay. Which brand did you use?
I'll answer that question, sir, but I want to say these are my responsibility, not the tax software responsibility. But I use TurboTax to prepare my returns.
Did the software prompt you to report income and pay self-employment taxes on your IMF income?
Not to my recollection, Senator.